next person I'm bringing to the red couch is someone that I know you've probably engaged with her today and you had no idea who she is, what she does, and how long she did it for. And you had no idea how safe you were. Because I've had some incidents just here being in the boutique where she said to me, you should go ahead and close for the day, just shut it down. And you guys know how I feel about that. But I'm like, if her spidey senses are out and she said close, I needed to pull my gates and close. I called my husband and I said, hey, I just was informed that I should close. Something doesn't feel right in the plaza. So by the time he got here, I was pulling the gates and I could look and see the lights flashing. And you know, Culver City gets here in what, 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes. So her sense of protection and her care, I met her through my sister, an organization that my sister supports. And she just walked over to me. We had conversations. She called me and said, I'm going to support you. She came over, we talked several times. She teases me on social media saying she's gonna unfriend me, that she's not looking, don't open another box. she's gonna block me on social media. And then she'll say, do you have my size? And I'm like, yes, I have your size. And she's like, it's okay if you sold it. Go ahead and sell it. I'm like, no, I'm pulling it as we're speaking. But I've come to know that amazing people come in small packages. And they do some of the most amazing things despite what society may say about their size. And I know as an African-American woman, to work in a male-dominant industry, you have to be someone that knows your yes means yes, your no means no, and you know how to command order and get attention. That being said, I could not imagine what she experienced in her role based on her size, based on her gender, and based on the city that she covered. So you guys have been graced with the presence of the first female Black LAPD captain.
Thank you. I'm almost in tears, actually.
Wow. Well, yes, let's take 5. Could you imagine if I said LAPD captain, would you have thought that she was, yeah, see, that's the thing that they like to fly under the radar and catch you off guard because you're doing something you shouldn't be doing. But that being said, Ann, how long were you on the LAPD department before becoming a captain?
Well, I made captain in the year 2000.
2000.
And I started with the department in 1981. Mm-hmm. And I retired in 2016.
Okay. Great.
So 35 years
35
total.
years, yes. Yeah. Why did you choose that career? How did you land there?
Well, I kind of took different routes.
Okay.
But I grew up in Brooklyn, New York, and I grew up in Brooklyn. I put my captain voice on.
Give us your captain.
I grew up in Brooklyn, New York, and I grew up wanting to be a police officer.
Okay.
We had such a great relationship, my family and I, with the NYPD. They used to come to our house for dinner.
Wow.
They used to sit with my dad and talk about personal business, which I often listened from the upstairs stairs there. And I thought, what a neat job. That would be something I wanted to do. But we moved from Brooklyn, New York to Compton, California when I was in high school, just about starting high school. Graduated high school at Dominguez High School in Compton. And I looked into becoming a police officer then, but the height requirement was actually 5'10". And you can see I'm nowhere near 5'10". Right. So when I graduated from high school, I went on to college, UCLA, got my degree in kinesiology, and then looked into it again, and they weren't quite ready for me. So I got my teaching credential from UC Irvine.
Okay.
Then a recruiter came out from Las Vegas, of all places, to recruit teachers. So then I went to Las Vegas for 5 years, got my master's out there, and then moved back to Compton. My dad became very ill. So I taught in Compton for about 2 years at Willowbrook Junior High School. Then I said, okay, let's try this police thing. I looked into it with a friend, and they were taking shorter people, I guess. But it wasn't just women. There's some short men on the department too.
That
so
part.
the doors opened basically for heavy recruitment at that time, on the heels of a lawsuit where they needed to promote women, because at that time, even in 81, I think the lawsuit was in 78, women could not promote to the rank, past the rank of sergeant. Actually, they couldn't promote to sergeant. So then the doors opened, and then we all came rushing in before they closed the doors. And that was a big recruitment those years, so the rest is history.
So did the doors stay open?
Well, that depends on which doors you're looking at.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So that being said, how did you, as a Black woman, survive and thrive in this role?
Well, it's hard to say. Did I survive? Yes. I retired. Did I thrive? I had good times and some bad times.
Okay.
It's not always positive for women of color, especially back then. I think it's better now,
Okay.
but it's still not 100%. It's much better now.
Okay.
I kept getting these assignments where I thought I was the cleanup woman. They would put you, especially another friend and myself, in these assignments where that division needed some help.
Okay.
Straightening up, coming behind certain people that, I don't know, they must have checked out because they didn't do a very good job of commanding that division. So part of my survival was that before making captain, I wanted to kind of build my own package. I took assignments that other people didn't want.
Okay.
I went from one bureau to another bureau. I got called from, I hear help button, that means that we're gonna, okay. But I got called to work different assignments and had to drive to different assignments just to build my own package, because I looked at the future. I'm not always gonna be on the LAPD. So I needed to pad my own package with my own experience so I could go anywhere else if I wanted to and still thrive. So I would tell younger people, don't get stuck in this one division. Broaden your horizons a little bit. I was living in Compton and had to drive to Van Nuys Division, which is in the Valley. 2-hour drive, but I enjoyed that division. They treated me well, the community was good, I learned a lot, and then I came back to the South End. So it's good to just keep moving around. So when you go into that oral, there's nothing they can say that you haven't done, haven't seen, haven't been through.
Wow.
Because we're still held, I think, to a different standard. We've got to have that package like this with good things, not with bad things, but with good things.
Right.
Showing that you're flexible and that you have a love for the job.
Okay.
So, sorry.
That's
It was a
great.
little
No,
long,
no,
but-
I love it. I know it's very helpful. So I think you kind of touched on this one, but I'm going to ask it anyway. What would you tell your younger self or a Black woman entering into the career that you wish you had known?
Well, I would say that, first of all, if I could do it all over again, I would.
That's good. That's really good.
I would do it all over again. The only thing that I would do different, I'm kind of an introvert. I probably would have networked more,
Okay.
because I can see where that's how you get other promotions. I always thought that hard work would suffice.
Right.
If you
Right.
work hard, you do what you're supposed to do every day, you show up every day for your people, you provide the best leadership that you can, I thought that would be enough. But in these times, it's that networking,
Yes.
those relationships that you develop, that sometimes we go into it and we're a little shy about it. "Oh, I don't want to go.
Right.
I want to go home."
Right.
No. You worked hard all day. You don't feel like putting on other clothes to go to this event. Put the clothes on and go. You never know who's going to be there.
Right.
And if I could have done that part a little better, because I thought they're going to see my work ethic, my integrity, my honesty. You need more than that.
Right.
You need the work ethic and the outside kind of networking in the not so much with the community,
Right.
because I always did well there, but I think the networking with the higher command staff, because as Black women, people have a perception of us, and they don't really get to know us.
Right.
Oh, she works hard, but we don't know how she's going to act in this particular assignment. Is she going to speak her voice? Is she going to go along with the rest of the people in the room? How is she going to react?
Right.
And I think through networking, people would have gotten to know me a little better. You know, it's more than just hard work.
Yes.
Now, it's not just, I'm not going to say any vulgar language, but it's not kissing up, as they say.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Right.
It's just getting to know these other people on a different level, so it sounds bad, but they have to have a comfort level with you as well, because they
Right.
have these perceptions of how we are, especially as women, especially as Black women. You know, my facial expression is not always happy, smiley, but that's just how I look. People perceive that as she's angry. I'm not mad at anybody until you make me upset.
Right.
I didn't come to work mad, you know. I
Right.
came to work actually in a pretty good mood, but now I'm upset because you're asking me why am I looking like that.
Right.
That's how I was born, you know. This is the product of Stanley and Carmen, you know. This
Right.
is what they made. So I had to deal with that all the time. You look angry. I'm not bad. I'm okay.
Right.
So I think, and I'm not saying just smile for no reason,
Right.
but I think those networking opportunities, people would have known Anne.
Right.
Because sometimes I felt I was misunderstood just by the way I looked.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I think what I heard you saying that was, again, networking and connecting with the leaders in the room so that they can advocate for you.
Absolutely.
And let folks know who you are, what you bring to the table, point out your hard work, but also speak to your character and that you can handle that role.
Yes.
You can take on that new position or new project because of who you are and what you bring to the table. So having that friend in the room and advocating
Yes.
for you would have helped and will help for folks entering into the role as well. So, and now,
but
see, there's that smile that they don't see. I get it, because she and I, we joke all the time via text and everything. So how are you in retirement still supporting the police department in retirement?
well, some people wonder why I'm still supporting this police department, but I love the police department. I am on the board of the Police Museum. I'm also on a board called the Parker Foundation, which we collect money for officers that are currently working on the police department. I am a reserve officer. You know. So if I get the call, I've got to rush out, get the uniform on, and go. I teach part-time at Cal State University, Dominguez Hills, criminal justice classes, and I try to encourage those young people to join the department. And the numbers are very low, and very low when it comes to African American women.
Right.
Extremely low. Across the country, they're having a difficult time recruiting. Besides Dominguez, I teach at 2 other universities. I also facilitate at the Museum of Tolerance, and I'm truly retired. So it doesn't sound like it, but I am. Yes.
Right. Truly retired. Does that sound retired? Right.
Keeps you young.
Well, I've had the pleasure of getting to know Anne in various settings, and one thing that I can see consistently is her heart for people and her heart for kids, her heart for community, you know, because one of the reasons why she's here is that I was a part of a fashion show, and she later called and said, I want to support you. You know, I'm coming over to see you. And she's been a supporter ever since. And when I post about other Black businesses, she'll either come in and say she's gone there or she's going there. So she's truly about our community. And every time she comes in, there's a story that we're sharing from a customer service perspective or something that's very relatable to both of us. And I've grown in my business, and I've grown personally as a result of knowing you. So I appreciate you and want to ask, is there anything else you want to share?
Well, it's been a pleasure knowing you.
Thank you.
I've grown as well. I try to come in here with a happy smile. I'm still going to unfriend you.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You know how much money I'll lose if you do that?
You know, even up to, was it yesterday?
Yesterday, yes.
I wanted to know what was in the box, even though I knew I had no business asking that question. So I'm still I'm afraid to go on there, but then I'll say, okay, you have my size?
Yes, yes, yes.
Just sell it. It's okay. I will not be hurt if you sell anything I've asked you to hold.
Listen, I'm working on getting her into some bling. I got her in faux leather. I got her in graffiti jackets. She's even got a little lace on under there, you know. But yesterday she said, every Friday I do a Take 10 where I show you 5 items or 10 items over that 45 minutes to an hour. And she said, I can't find the link. So I said, hold on a minute. Here's the link. Oh, I got another phone call. Good. I was like, oh, no. Here's the link. And then she's like, what was in the box? I was like, you'll see tomorrow. So, Anne, thank you for being one of the first in the LAPD and making captain in a very male-dominant world, and knowing and showing us all that you can be small and be mighty and hold your own. I think she's a pistol packing mama, but I'm not going to ask that. But, you know, when she tells me to close my doors, I start pulling the gate because she has this innate sense of knowing that there's something that's not right. And I respect that, and I appreciate it. I love your heart for the community as well as your heart for children because of the organization that I met her with. She was in service to young students that were learning all types of things that would be beneficial for them. So again, she has a heart. Even though she's retired, she's still actively engaging on a regular to better our community. So thank you for being one of our hidden figures today and seating on the red table with red couch with us. I'm like, red carpet, red table. It's red and it's my favorite color.
Red.
So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Candace. Thank you. Thank you.